everyone. Welcome to This Is Our Time with Elizabeth Wong Ahlers. That's me, running for state senate. And here's our logo, Love, Lives, Liberty, Law. It starts with love. Your lives are important. And liberty operates when good laws promote peace and prosperity. So today our guest is Ethan. And Ethan, what's your last name?
It's Nijioku. Nijiyouku.
Ethan Nijioku. Last year, Ethan, you had me on your podcast, and that was so helpful for our campaign. People have been sharing it all over. So thank you so much.
That's great because the reason I really want to do the podcast is because we really our main audience is Chinese and Mandarin speaking, and they need to know their candidate. A lot of Chinese people in LA area, they don't know what to vote for, and they don't know what to do when it comes to election. And the thing is, it's really changing their life, and the government is deciding what they need to do, or what the government. A lot of the policy, the government input, is really affecting their life, and they have no idea what happened. And then the church don't talk about it. They don't want to talk about it. Their family don't know about it. So I think my audience, my main goal is to get people like you to go to the office.
Well, it's really helping. And even people that are generations American born, they also don't know what's going on. And it's hard for them to follow and figure out what do we do to make things better. And so, okay, Ethan, all right, you've got AI
News.
and it's a YouTube channel.
Yes.
So I haven't asked you before. How did you start it and why? And start with, why did you name it AI News?
It all started in the very beginning. When I first got saved, I only want to do three things. First is read the Bible. And then second is I want to listen to sermon because there's a lot of things I don't understand. And the third thing, when I read and study the Bible, is I want to share it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to share it that time. That time it was like I gotta do those three things, and I don't want to do anything else except those three. I don't want to at work. I want to listen to sermon,
Mm-hmm.
and when I go to sleep, I want to listen to sermon. And I think that is a big change in my life.
That's
And
a hungry heart.
yeah, and I need to get back to that.
So how old were you at that time?
It was 7 years ago. So I was 30 something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in my early 30. Now I'm in my late 30 now.
No one would be able to tell. You look very young. And so you were in your 30s when you got saved.
Yes.
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 Wow, it sounds like the Lord really, really changed your life, changed your heart.
Yeah.
All you wanted, you were hungry for the word.
Yes, and I want to share it, and I don't know how. And one of the great way I found is to record it and then share it through YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's how I started my channel with my wife in the beginning. And then when AI News, when they're gathering a group together because of the 2020 election, and I talk about a lot about politics and how Christians should look at politics as well. And so the founder found me. And then, yeah, he goes to our church.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, he assembled a team of 3. And then we started our news channel. And after 6 months, the funding ran out. And the founder said, hey, you have 2 choices. You can keep the channel going, or you guys can just give up and then go back to where you came from and go do your job. And then we all 3 just get together and pray. And we were crying in the office, like We got together and do this channel for a reason. God, you assembled this team for a reason. We got to do it. We don't have money. We don't have anything. But if this is what you want us to do, bless us and let us continue.
Yeah, you knew in your heart.
Yes.
This is from the Lord.
Yes.
And so you continue and he'll make a way.
Yes.
So how long has it been now? 4 years?
4 years.
Wow.
4 years. We survived for 4 years.
Yes. And so it's not only surviving, but it's growing.
It is.
Yeah.
It is growing.
And okay, tell us about the name of the channel again.
It's called AI News, and AI is not artificial intelligence. It's I for Chinese, so it's love for Chinese. So
in Chinese language, it means love.
Yeah, it's love broadcast basically.
Yeah. That's what we were praying right before we started.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, that the frequency of love would go out there, wherever these podcasts go.
Indeed. Yeah. And I think it's very important that as Christian, we need to stand up right now, especially this year, 2024. This is not a year that we can sit around and just pray. We got to do way more than just praying. Our podcast is one of them, and all the podcasts is just part of it. But we really need to change the world and change our family and follow Jesus Christ, because that is our ultimate goal, and then that's how we can defeat the enemy. Like we prayed in the beginning, we want the podcast to be the stone that David pick up and throw it at Goliath, and the Goliath being Sacramento and Gavin Newsom this time.
And so, yeah, we're praying that this podcast goes to you, whoever you are that's listening, that there will be something said today that will touch your heart, cause your mind to think maybe in a different angle than you have before. And so most of what you do on AI News is talk about the issues going on these days.
Yes.
Yeah, so what are some of the issues that are really big on your heart this year?
I think the election is a big issue right now, but I think the main issue that this country need to solve is family. Family is the biggest issue, and that is what the enemy is trying to attack and take over. I think the bill just passed to say that the California government can just take kids from school, from their family. If once it's over 12 years old, they can and they want to be an LGBT, they want to do a transition, and the government can just go and take your kids away. I think
that Bill 665.
I don't.
No, it's so hard to keep track.
Yeah,
but yeah, I was at a home group meeting, and one of the women there was so distraught because she said she's a grandmother and her grandchild just got taken out of the home because the child expressed to the school authorities that they wanted to go through the transgender treatments, and without any notification to the family, they took the child right into another home.
Yeah. And the school, if we have, I think we have transition closet in school. Everything they're trying to do is attack the family, and then destroy our family value, destroy our American value. They're trying to be our
transition closet.
Transition closet is basically for kids who think they're transgender, and then they can go to school with one outfit, and then they do a transition inside that closet at school, and then they can be whatever they want to be for the whole day. And then before they go to school, before they go home, they can go to the transition closet again and wear their normal clothes and go back to their parents. Basically, it's a system to cheat the parents and not let the parents know that there are some problem with their kids.
I have heard about that happening, but I haven't heard the term transition closet.
Okay.
And as you describe it, it reminds me of being in kindergarten myself and going to school, and they had they had a dress up corner, and you have playtime in kindergarten, and we dress up and we'd play, and then but then you take the clothes off when it's time to do something else and go home, and it seems like the children are being intentionally confused
Yes.
to where a child would say, this is pretend, this is fun, this is something in their mind that's really like play, but it's being affirmed in a way that's dangerous because the adults are telling them that this can be reality.
Yes.
But this is lying to children.
Yes. It's like when authority is telling you to do bad thing, you think it's okay to do bad thing. Like that Stanford University's study, well, with the prisoner, and I think it was like 12 students, 6 be the prisoner and 6 be the guard, and then when the moderator told the guard, you can abuse the prisoner, they will actually do it, even though they're just their fellow classmate. And then
Whoa.
it's when someone give you the authority to do it.
So you're getting permission to behave in a different reality.
Yeah.
But it's dangerous, especially with children. So this was, how old were these people in this study?
No, in Stanford University, so it's got to be college
Age.
Yes, yes.
So, well, okay, so brains don't finish developing until they're 25. But so even college age students, it sounds like in that study, they were taking on a role.
Yes.
And they were living it.
Yes.
In that. And when you're just 2 years old, 5 years old, 8 years old, 12 years old, and an authority gives you permission and gives you like condoning and even encouraging, and the word these days affirms that this unreality can make you happy.
Yeah.
And they believe it. It's so it's such a phenomenon that we've never seen before.
Yeah. Well, it's in Bible all the time. Many different. And the reason they do it, I think, is because the 10th Commandment told us we need to honor our parents. It is one of the way. All they want the kids to do is to not honor their parents. Whatever they can do to destroy the family by starting not honoring their parents. That's how they can kill the family. And they want to make the kids so proud that they think that they are the smartest generation. All the generation behind them are dumb, are backward. Beliefs are backward. Christianity is backward. Everything need to be destroyed, and they need to create something new. What's new? Take off their genital, and do that kind of thing. So I think that's their ultimate goal, and I think we as American, as Christians, that's our number one enemy that we need to attack, and we need to get rid of that idea.
Yes, so it's undermining the 10 Commandments.
Yes.
And then in the Asian community, it's really going against our culture. One of the greatest values in Asian culture is the respect of elders, and the idea that our elders have wisdom that we respect, and we owe them the I guess, what's another word for respect? I guess keep using this word. But we owe them to let them know, be involved in our lives, and because they have an investment in our lives, and then to have some responsibility to their opinion. So
yeah, and I think especially the Asian community is getting attacked. I spoke at a lot of churches, and the Chinese churches, they have no idea what they're doing.
Are they aware of what's happening in
No.
the public schools? Okay, so they don't
No.
even know what's going on.
Yeah, and their kids are really brainwashed, and then all the English congregation in Chinese churches are basically just an add-on. So no one cares about the English congregation, and then no one go there and look at what they're teaching.
So it's the younger ones who are in the English congregation,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
And so the
Yeah.
older generation isn't really paying attention
Yeah.
to the dangers that they're facing.
Yeah, and I think the reason they're not Asian community, especially the second generation Asian, are getting attacked so bad. You go there's a lot of leftists. No matter how conservative the church is, the English congregation is pretty leftist, and all the kids, because they think our parents don't even speak English. Our parents don't understand what we're thinking. Our parents don't have education in America. Our parents are just backward in their old country. They lost the respect culturally, and then they lose their respect overall. And they think school is more important. They're thinking their friends is more important, and they give up the whole idea of family value and honor your parent. And I think that is a very big problem I see in churches.
And to hear that breaks my heart, because as a American-born Chinese for 5 generations, I look at our American traditional culture with a different kind of pride, because traditionally America has had strong family values, strong Christian values, and then so it breaks my heart that the younger generation of Asians here in America are absorbing a poisoned version of American culture that's turning them against their parents.
Yes.
And the values that their parents actually have in common with American traditional values.
And that's actually what they came here for.
Wow, that's really, really makes me sad. because I love America and what America has stood for, and I've been around the world as a missionary, and when people respond to America as a place where they would love to visit and they would love to live in, because they have that kind of maybe a ideal of what America should be, then it breaks my heart that they come here and their kids get off track because of the current America trends.
Yeah, when I in a secular world, the most sacred thing is our. There's nothing sacred in the non-religious world, but the closest thing close to sacred is a national flag. People protect national flag, and we happen to have the best national flag, not just because it's the most complicated one. We have 50 stars for no reason, but it's because that flag stood for freedom, and that flag stood for modern day democracy. When the Hong Kong protesters protesting against communist China, they raised American flag.
Yeah,
when
that
people
made me cry.
Yeah, when people in Cuba they protest against Fidel Castro, they raise American flag. American flag means something in this world. Not only because you're Christian. For if you're Christian, the cross should mean everything to you. But American flag actually stand for something.
Yes.
But now, I think what the left is trying to do is destroy the whole idea. They can burn it. They can step on it.
I saw a video of people burning the American flag on the 4th of July.
Yes.
Yeah. Not only is that disrespectful, but it's heartbreaking, and it could make us angry, but I think it makes me distressed and sad that we've come to this point where Americans will allow that to happen. And I don't, where was it? Was it in D.C. where that was?
I think it's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I think I bet I can
Yeah.
find a flag burning video in San Francisco, in LA, or in Chicago. Yeah, I bet it's everywhere. Yeah, they want to destroy our country. They want to destroy our family. They want to destroy everything that this country stood for the past 260 years.
All that is good. And so in your family, you've got 2 little girls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what are you doing, Ethan, in your family to raise these girls with so what kind of values do you want them to grow up with, and how are you going to grow that into them?
I'm following your footstep.
Ah.
I'm gonna homeschool all of them. It's not that I don't trust the public school education. It's that the education in California is way too toxic. Even when I was in school, the school was actually, compared to now, very conservative. But when I just because me and my sister, we're 5 years apart, and so in her curriculum, there's already like gay marriage and gay rights, and then Stonewall's Jackson. I forgot what that is, the riot over there, and when I look through it, I'm like, oh wow, this is happening. Like,
so was that in early 2000s?
Yes, yes, that was very early on, and I try to educate my 2 girls, even though they're like 3 years old and 5 years old, but I already started. I want to make sure that everyone talk about like a generation, and you need to pass down to your faith. Even the Bible, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We need to pass it down. We need to make sure
Yes.
Our value, our God, the God's law passed down. And think about it. Before there was any writing, Moses was able to write the first 5 books of the Bible. Someone has to pass all the value down, and that's what we have to do. So I try to homeschool our kids, and then
I'm so proud of you and Joyce, because it's a family sacrifice, a time sacrifice. It's something that, you know, people have that phrase, the buck stops here. And so it's a big responsibility, because you can't pass the buck on to anybody else. It's up to you.
Yeah, if they go bad, it's my fault.
But it's also the biggest reward.
Yeah.
And you've got all of biblical tradition and the Holy Spirit's power backing you up, because this is the way God designed families.
Yes. And I think I need to teach them what kind of men to look for. They need to our country's men are weak right now. Very, very weak.
I think they're getting timid because they've been attacked a lot.
Yes. And I think that is for a reason. When the enemy come, they're not gonna care about our women, our children, our teenagers. They only care about our men, because men are the only one that's gonna fight back. If we have no men, if all our men are woman, and or they do the transition kind of thing, all the country will just go into slavery automatically. It takes Moses, a man, to lead Israelite out of Egypt. It needs strong men. So although I don't have any boys right now, but I need to teach my girl.
Yes.
They need to pick the right men. Because, believe it or not, girls control this market. If girls love more responsible, godly men, there will be more responsible and godly men in this world. Yeah, if girls like bad boys and then those go to
Yeah.
clubbing, most guys will go take that route. So in order to stop this generational curse of weak young men, we need to train our daughter as well as our boys.
Mhm. So there's something there like a principle of demand. So there's a high demand for real men
Yes.
who are going to stand up, protect, fight for what is good,
Yes.
be courageous, and
Be a provider and
yeah,
protector.
yeah. And daughters really need fathers like you, Ethan, because even for girls, their identity is they look to the father
Yes.
for who am I? And they look in your eyes, Ethan. They look in your face, and they're looking up and saying, "Daddy, who am I? As a girl, as a female, as your daughter, who am I?" And when you look back at them and you say, "I love you as a girl, and I'm proud of you as a woman to be,"
Yes.
then your daughters are so blessed because they'll grow up secure and they'll know that it's a good thing to be a girl. So I know a lot of the gender transitioning is actually targeting girls.
Yes. Yes. Girls is under attack as well as boys. The whole our whole system, our whole family value is under attack because that's what they want to do. They want to make the kids not honor their parents so they can be proud of themselves. And that is something that we've been lied to. My mom's generation, they were told like, oh, you need to be your friends, you need to be your kid's friend. Don't have authority over them. When you talk to them, you need to bend down. You need to kneel. That is not what the Bible says. Parents need to have authority, and parents need to know what to do. My mom, with just a couple of days, is just like, oh, you're gonna homeschool them? Oh, then I read this article online. The parents should just act dumb, and then make the kids teach you. That's how they learn. I'm like, no, the mom, that's not.
That's not going to work very well. No, yeah, children naturally look to the parents to
Yes.
tell them what is true and how do I do this?
Yes.
And even if they're trying something on their own, they just automatically look to the parents' face
Yes.
to see, okay, am I on the right track? They need and expect that guidance, and if they don't have it from the parents, they're going to find it somewhere else.
Yes.
And it's usually not as it's not safe always to find it somewhere else.
Yes. Even churches. A lot of parents just give their kids to church and expect that everything will be okay, but that is not true. Churches fall all the time. Churches. I just read this article. It's about during World War II, when Nazi took over, and then there was this train track, and then on the train there will be Jews, and then they will cry out on the train. They will scream on the train because it was hot. Because if you guys seen the movie Schindler's List, it's something like that. And then the church next to it, the pastor will tell them, "Oh, just worship a little louder
and drown out the screams."
Yes.
Yeah.
That is kind of the church that they had. And then you go see the. Yeah, I saw. I think it was a German's Lutheran pastor. He said he saw Germany people saw Christ through Hitler. So it's possible.
Wow.
Yeah, the church could fall, and the church could teach bad things.
Yeah.
As parents, we need to protect our kids.
It's an apostate church.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So, I'm not saying that church is bad. I love church. I love to go to church. I always go to church.
But parents need
Yes.
to be involved in every aspect of the child's life until they're ready to be an independent, responsible adult.
Yes.
And so even with church, you don't just drop them off and expect that everything is fine.
Yes.
You need to listen and see what's being taught and watch. But going back to the World War II and the Jews and the Holocaust in Germany, there's a new Bonhoeffer movie coming out. I saw its release date is November, and on Instagram, and I commented on there, you need to release this movie in September or October before the election. Because so Bonhoeffer, as you know, he was a pastor in Germany during World War II, and he was one of the courageous ones who stood against everything Hitler was trying to do. And he saw that Hitler was going to destroy and do genocide against the Jews and destroy as much of the world as he could. And so Bonhoeffer risked his life to stop Hitler. And if people watch that movie and learn that story and they are challenged, I'm expecting that this is a good movie that will challenge people to be courageous and brave against evil and tyranny and pressure. And that needs to come before the election, because we need brave people to stand up and come out and vote for other brave people.
Yes.
In this election before November. The election's November 5th. The movie comes out November 22nd. So hey, Angel Studio, release it in September, October.
Yeah. I think I just heard that story a couple of days ago. His stuff really inspired me. And I think that is the problem that we see in our church today. A lot of churches are just pray. They don't want to do anything. Bonhoeffer, if you look at through his not biography, his story, he's a pacifist. He don't want fight. He don't want to do anything. He don't want wars.
Yeah, he's a peace-loving Christian.
Yes, but he end up being in this intelligent agency in Germany, giving Jewish people the paper so they can run to Poland and just out of Germany, not Poland, but just run away from Germany, not run away from Nazis, and he protect and save Jewish people. He knew he was gonna get arrested, and it's not like he is anti-government, so he does that. He had blonde hair. He had blue eyes. He had everything that Hitler described as Aryan superior race, which
he would have been safe.
Yeah, but because he's a Christian, so he did the right thing. He fought off those churches in Germany, and he tried to save the Jewish people. And I saw the documentary. The eyewitness account said that when he get executed by hanging, he said he was praying, and he was calm.
Wow, like Stephen in the Bible.
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm not sure if it's happy is a word to say it, but he was calm. And right before he died, I think the word was, death comes right now, and life my life has begun. That is some powerful words. And he said he was not crying, and he was not scared, because he know what he's doing is right. And he mentioned when he mentioned he was praying. I wonder what he's praying about. It's got to be for Germany,
Yeah.
for the people.
I expect it was probably like Jesus on the cross saying, Father, forgive them.
Yes.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yes.
And I was thinking, I had another thought on Bonhoeffer, but okay, keep going. Did you have something else?
No, I feel like we're promoting the movie now.
I know. But it's a man of courage, and he did sacrifice his life to save the Jewish people. And so it was something about Dennis Prager. So Dennis Prager is this wonderful Jewish radio talk show man. And I heard one of his fireside chats that just really touched my heart, because he said, if there's a time when the Jews again are under attack and people want to kill them, I mean, here in California, Dennis Prager, would go to a Christian to protect him, because he knows that it's the Christians who will love and protect those that are vulnerable and innocent.
Yes. Let's hope that's the case. That's why we need to fight for what's right. Or unless, or if one day our church has fallen.
Right. And like you were saying, there are churches that purport to be Christian, but if they're going to just sing louder so they don't have to hear the screams of the dying, that's not a real Christian church.
Yeah. And that is straight up evil. And we cannot let that happen. So Christians with our conservative value, those who really love Jesus, we need to stand up. We need to scream at the top of our lungs, saying like, this is right. Praying is good, but we need to put our prayers into action.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. We can't be silent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you, Ethan, with AI News, your YouTube channel, you're raising your voice.
Yes.
That truth may be heard in English and in Chinese.
Yes.
Yeah, and with me having an opportunity to podcast, I hope this goes out to the ones that it will touch their hearts, that to stand up, have courage, use your voice, speak what is true, defend those who need defending, like the children, because these children, as we were talking about in school, they're being deceived.
Yes.
They're being deceived. And if they go through the hormone treatments, if they go through the transgender surgeries, their lives will be destroyed. Their bodies will never be the same. And it will not make them happy as they've been promised.
Yes.
That's a lie. It's a destructive lie.
Yeah, like that train we talked about. They are screaming. They are screaming inside that train. Transgender have the #1 suicide rate.
Yes, and it's worse after they start these treatments.
Yes, and then homosexuality will not make them happy, but they will have some mental problem, and it's all studied, been proven. And then a lot of Christians just pray about it. Just worship. It's like that
just
church.
Plug our ears.
Yes,
and pretend that we don't hear it.
Yeah. We need to be the salt and light. That means we really got to go out and be the salt and light. We cannot just stay at our home and pray about it and feel good about ourselves, or else we're just like that church in Germany that plugged their ears.
Yes. So Brother Ethan, thank you so much for being a light that's shining and that salt, however salt needs to be. If salt needs to bring out good flavor, or if salt needs to be rubbed in a wound so that it won't fester with poison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I think salt and light is a perfect viewpoint to our faith, because light will shine on something if it's healthy, will help a plant grow. Right. And if it's dead, it's corroded, it will speed up the corrosion and the decomposing process. So being the salt and light, don't be scared of people go away from church or you're gonna offend someone. Light supposed to be shine no matter what.
And both salt and light disinfect.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So the salt and light is what is good and purifying.
Yes.
And disinfecting. Yes. So, all right, Ethan, thanks so much for joining me today on This Is Our Time, because if we don't do something now, it's just going to get worse. So this is our time. I'm Elizabeth Wong Ahlers. And remember, it all starts with love. Your lives are important, and liberty operates when good laws promote peace and prosperity. Thanks. See you next time.